Joining me now from the House Budget Committee, Republican Congressman Tom Price of Georgia. Congressman, welcome back to the show. Good to see you.
Thanks, so much. Great to be with you.
All right, so interesting news this afternoon came out just before the show, as a matter of fact. Senator Jon Kyl saying that he believes that Treasury is going to push back that August 2nd deadline, saying that it could be days or weeks, we just don't know. Now, the Treasury, I have to say, is not agreeing with that. They say they may push it back a couple of days. What are you hearing?
Well, the fact of the matter is the Secretary of the Treasury, Geithner, did himself no favors, or anybody any favors, when he moved the date originally from May 16th to August 2nd. And all he did was give ammunition to those folks who believe, well, look, this isn't a hard number, or this isn't a hard date anyway. So I think it's probably, I doubt it's August 2nd, but it's within at least a couple of weeks of that date. Regardless, at some point we will breach the debt ceiling, and this needs to be solved, and it needs to be solved in a way that decreases spending, puts a cap on spending, and puts in place some structural reforms so we solve this problem.
We got a long way to go. I got to tell you, everybody's kind of in their own corner and still arguing. But today, the president campaigning, which I thought was interesting. He was talking about innovation, and he said, for better or worse, our generation has seen more than its fair share of economic change. Revolutions in technology have changed the way we live and the way we work. A lot of jobs can now be located anywhere. There is an internet connection, and companies have become more efficient, so they get by with fewer workers. Sounds like he doesn't like innovation. It sounds like, you know, this is the ATM ate your job defense. What do you make of this?
In fact, what he appears to want to do is to blame job loss on businesses. In fact, job loss can be clearly related to the policies that he's put in place and that Washington has put in place over the past number of years. What we need to do is free up the job creators, both in small and large business. And you don't do that by having, as you well know, the kind of unpredictability in the market right now. Whether it's taxes or health care or energy or regulations, all those things add to the unpredictability. So the folks who actually create jobs sit on the sidelines. They say, until it gets more certain, we're not going to invest.
He also talked about the number of jobs he's created. This is interesting as well. He says we've created over 2 million private sector jobs over the last 15 months alone, including almost 250,000 in manufacturing. Reality is a little different, I think.
Yeah, it really
you know, we lost 4 million jobs in the first year of his being president.
Exactly.
We haven't gained that back. What do we have to do? Are you disappointed in the job creation of this administration?
Terribly, and I'm as disappointed in the hyperbole that comes out and the lack of attention to the real solutions. The way that we create jobs in this country is to, again, free up those job creators, and we can do that by having predictability in the tax structure, making certain that the incredible imposition of the health care reform bill that was put in place doesn't land on businesses, increasing costs on businesses, energy costs on businesses. They don't know what it's going to cost. They can't predict that. There's no predictability there or certainty there. And then the regulatory, you mentioned before the whole issue of the National Labor Relations Board, the issue relating to Boeing Company, having the government tell a private company that they can't move their manufacturing facility or part of their manufacturing from the state of Washington to the state of South Carolina. This is very dangerous territory for the government. And what it does, again, is makes it so that all of those job creators say, I'm going to wait. I'm just going to sit out until I know that there's more certainty in the market.
Fewer jobs created. We still don't get what we need when it comes to jobs. I want to let you hear some quotes from Harry Reid, Mitch McConnell, and see what you make of them.
Of course, we must simplify and streamline our broken tax system, lowering rates but eliminating loopholes so everyone pays his or her fair share, including corporations.
Now, those who are calling for tax hikes as a part of these debt discussions either have amnesia about the fate of similar proposals. Let's move past the tax hikes and talk about what's actually possible. If government spending were the answer to an economic slowdown, we'd be in a boom time right now.
I got to tell you, big debate over tax hikes, whether we should have them or not. The president taking at least some of them off the table. What's your preference?
Well, the American people understand and appreciate that we're not in this boat we're in right now because taxes are too low. They know that taxes are too high and we need to actually decrease taxes. But what we need to do is to decrease spending at the federal level, get out of this deficit spending of $1.4, $1.6 trillion every year for the last 3 years so that the job creators can create jobs. That's what it's all about. We got to get the private sector moving. And we know how to do that. We just got to get government out of the way.
They've got the cash. They're sitting on $2 trillion in cash. They can do it if they want to. They just have to have the confidence.
That's
Congressman, thanks for coming in.
Thank you so
your
much,
time.
Jerry. Appreciate it.